For decades, millions of oysters have been quietly rebuilding the Chesapeake Bay. Now, one proposal in Congress could change the future of those restoration efforts. Across Virginia and Maryland, sanctuary oyster reefs have been created to restore one of the bay's most important native species. Unlike traditional harvest areas, these reefs were designed to remain permanently protected, allowing oysters to grow, reproduce, and strengthen the ecosystem year after year. One example lies beneath the waters of Pleasure House Creek in Virginia Beach. At low tide, rows of oyster shells emerge from the water, revealing one of the region's largest restoration projects. Today, tens of millions of oysters live on that reef. But a clause recently added to a federal House appropriations proposal would require oysters planted with federal restoration funds to become eligible for managed commercial harvest after 3 years. Supporters of oyster restoration say that could fundamentally change the purpose of sanctuary reefs. Building one of these reefs isn't simple. Thousands of bushels of oyster shell must be collected, transported, and carefully placed to create suitable habitat. Once established, young oysters attach themselves to the shells, gradually forming living reefs that continue growing for decades. Those reefs do far more than produce oysters. A single adult oyster can filter up to 50 gallons of water each day, removing algae, excess nutrients, and suspended particles that contribute to poor water quality. Healthy oyster reefs also provide habitat for fish, blue crabs, shrimp, and countless other species that depend on the bay. Over the past decade, restoration partners have added nearly 2,300 acres of oyster habitat across 10 major Chesapeake Bay tributaries. In the Lynnhaven River alone, restoration organizations have constructed approximately 153 acres of sanctuary reefs. While impressive, that's still only a small fraction of the river's historic oyster population before European settlement. Conservation groups argue these protected reefs serve as breeding grounds, releasing millions of oyster larvae that spread naturally throughout surrounding waters, helping both the ecosystem and nearby commercial shellfish operations. The proposed language has sparked debate because it raises an important question. Should federally funded restoration reefs eventually contribute directly to commercial harvest? Or should they remain permanently protected to maximize long-term ecological benefits? The proposal has already cleared a House Appropriations Committee. However, it must still pass the full House of Representatives and be reconciled with the Senate's version of the legislation, which currently does not include this language. Whatever Congress ultimately decides, the discussion highlights just how valuable oysters have become to the future of the Chesapeake Bay. They're not simply seafood, they're living water filters, habitat builders, and one of the bay's greatest natural defenses against pollution. The river still flows, the story still matters. If the water remembers it, we'll tell it. Subscribe to River Realm Life for more Chesapeake Bay watershed stories.